Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Luke, your host, that big guy in the bottom left. If it's your first time here, we welcome you to the Gibson Hustle, where we discuss different hustles of business and investing, with the main driver to build wealth over time. This playlist is basically a weekly portfolio update, where I hope to take you on a journey to grow 50k into $1 million over a 10-year period. This is going to be purely in the ASX. I am currently using the quality at value methodology. This is episode number 10. And unfortunately, negative to announce, we just went from 67 to 64k over the last week. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, to keep some structure to this video, you guys know the drill. We'll move through a few key areas. We'll have a quick overview of the QAV stocks performance, both over the last week and since inception. Then we'll have a nugget part where you should learn something new each week. Then the income and owner contributions, which will lead us to an overall portfolio value. And last but not least, a bonus sign-off quote. I hope you guys are excited. So how did the stocks do this week? Oh, far out, guys. Wasn't there some blood on the street? This is somewhat funny in my eyes. It's like the exact opposite of what happened last week. The only one in the black was IVE Group this week, which evidently was the only one in the red last week. But the ones in the red this week really gave us the finger. Check out Michael, almost down 10%. And Medusa and Westgold, they both dropped about 7% each. Such a choppy week, but that's the roller coaster we are on. Don't get sucked into the short-term volatility. Our overall portfolio went from 65,411 last week to 62,272 this week. We had a pure capital loss of 4.8%. Alright, so since inception, we have a pure capital gain of negative 1.39%. The portfolio still has a dividend return of 2.44%. This gives us a total return of 1.05%, only just holding on in the black. Now for the updates on the list. So Challenger, Clearview, IVE Group, Michael Hill, Medusa and Westgold are all a buy. COG has actually gone up a little bit more. Oh, the salt burns. So it is still in the buy, only just though. ING is still in sell territory. Alright guys, so today's nugget section is going to be about choppy periods. Now you're kidding yourself if you don't think these times happen. For example, we have seen this firsthand. We had a gain of a couple of points last week, then boom, this week we dropped nearly 5%. But it's times like these, you need to go back and check that you're still following your trading plan to the T. For our methodology, we basically watch those sell lines and invoke rule 1 when a capital loss hits 10%. Pretty basic, but next week this might just happen. Another thing is don't get scared and just sell. A lot of people start seeing their portfolios drop and instantly start selling and locking in those capital losses, only for the stocks to turn back up the next day. Others put a wall up and let their losses run. Again, it's moments like these you need to take a breath and reflect back to your trading plan. There's no point of just adopting a herd mentality and following the majority off a cliff. If you have done your research, you're following your methodology, you should come out the other side fine. Remember, it's a long game, not a short game. Get wealthy slowly. Now, choppy periods also present some great buying opportunities. Like our mate Buffett once said, and everyone repeats on every finance piece of literature I reckon it's ever been created, but be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. Now this is the exact type of investing we are doing in this playlist. We are looking for undervalued companies that have a heap of cash in the bank that are currently not being followed by the herd. All we need is like a 60% strike rate when we pick the good ones, and eventually the rest of the herd will start to uncover the value stocks that we bought cheap, which will eventually reward us when the momentum picks up, giving us a higher share price. Ah, those will be the days. Alright, so our cash account is still at the 2158. So with our 2158 in cash, plus our 62,272 in stocks, takes us to an overall value of 64,430 bucks, which is about a negative 4.6% total loss from last week. Well, that's a wrap, guys. Please make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and tickle that bell to get notified when my weekly updates come out. Also, I changed a few things around this week. If you want to see anything else, just leave me a comment below. I will try and reply to everyone. Also, I must let you know that I have a golf trip next weekend. Yeah, the boys. So my video might be released on the Monday. My apologies on this. Now have a lovely rest of weekend, and you all know the saying, keep healthy and wealthy. See you guys.